Quitting never crossed my mind because my ego ain't fond of failure. People don't love a nobody, so being somebody meant being a winner at something, anything, at any time. Being liked is a luxury most can't afford on a fixed income. Celebrity is a priceless commodity in this society, so being celebrated becomes more enticing, and time keeps ticking away at age. Even violence becomes optional because gangsters eventually feel the stars under their feet, even if it's for a short time. Dying alone and unloved is a fear chasing most of us. I stare at stage lights, wondering what power they hold over the masses when they shine on something overlooked and underestimated. When the camera flashes on the kid that never made it to the front of the line, never picked as the favorite. What happens when the sun creeps into the shadows and reveals the diamonds resting in that rough? When the dust is blown from the surface, what happens when you prove everybody wrong and find your way to the light and you notice theirs is fading like colors in the wash? Then remember when they said you were washed up and you still feel the drowning, the water in your throat lingering still, and feel the sea of people waiting for you to choke and your esophagus start to close. The brightness of your soul begins to flicker and dim. The darkness keeps closing in, and now your mind is breeding thoughts that cause you to doubt your reason for wanting to continue, to care enough to reach for the surface, to swim to safety, because you invested your heart in too deep into their waving. Now you can't tell whether or not they're saying their goodbyes or hellos. Friends and foes occupy the same space but never show their true face, but always willing to make it up to you, and you blush so foolish, just gullible enough to get snatched by the current and get carried away by their false promises to keep you afloat again. But only if you knew that you can walk on water before your faith sunk into your sorrows, then maybe your shores would be certain, your dreams become your purpose, setting sail in the winds for a win. But you got to realize your whys and your won'ts, because death becomes your don'ts. Dying is easy, but living requires a will. Sleeping is nothing short of a casket nap, so keeping your eyes open requires more than sightseeing. You need vision, something to focus on and to look forward to, because the moment you look back, everything behind you looks forward to you, waiting with open arms to hold you back, crabs to pull you back down in that bucket. The lost are never lonely as the ones on top. You'll only find partners in crime, but the moment you decide freedom is better than bondage, expect to be expelled for your higher learning and yearning to be something different, more than expected, prosper over what's projected. You have to and you must, because they know you've been cut and can smell the blood on the leaves that you left behind. And all those that dogged you have picked up the scent and are waiting for you to rest when weary. Drag your name through the mud, but let them wait. Show them the strength of your faith. Through everything that you face, it's fate. Nevertheless, never be less than what God creates. Never give in or up or out more than you're willing to lose. And if you lose, learn your lesson. And if you gain, give a blessing. And if you survive, tell your story. God's favorite. All right, that was good.